people that want to be in positions of leadership or authority or what they perceive as human power, okay, always need conditions to seek a lot of attention to themselves. I'm watching this Dr. Phil 3-day special thing on Jeffrey Dahmer, and has Jeffrey's family trying to explain that, yeah, we don't feel as if our family, okay, created Jeffrey into what he was. We had conditions for him to be a really good kid. His grandma loved him and made meals for him, and stuff. And institutionalization, okay, puts people into large groups and then has them compete and compare for positions of what they consider themselves: a doctor, a lawyer, a basketball player, a prostitute, a pimp, you see. And so they feel powerful when they get put into these social conditions. That's why you have these buildings, and then you put people in the buildings, and then you set up a pecking order. Okay. The dark triad, the evil. Here he comes in to talk to these people, okay, that are incarcerated, and then they'll sit and tell you, these people are among us. Just like, yeah, you can talk to them at Walmart. Okay. You can also, most of the time, you're voting for them in elections. Okay. Because Machiavelli, okay, if you read Machiavelli, he said this thing, this dark triad, and it's Machiavellian, and there's sociopaths, and then there's narcissism. Okay. And Machiavelli is about narcissism. Now, Jeffrey Hinton, the father of AI, on 60 Minutes said, this is a very important time. It's going to become more intelligent than us, and it has Machiavelli. Okay. Great literature like Machiavelli. Now, the Bible's not considered great literature by Jeffrey Hinton because it's been manipulated by people like Machiavelli to manipulate people into positions of authority, power, and delusions, first person, and turning God into first person possessed pronouns, manipulating people. Like in philanthropy, you can't have sexual harassment. Okay. You accept philanthropy, sexuality is a commodity being manipulated by whoever can manipulate the commodity of sexuality through philanthropy. Okay. So if a woman, it's only sexual harassment if a woman doesn't feel powerful in her position in the philanthropy. Okay. So the only time it's sexual harassment, are people at a strip club being sexually harassed? Okay. Is Heidi Fleiss sexually harassing people? See, she's putting women in a position where they feel comfortable making lots of money off of politicians through being their sex employees. All right. So who's in more power? Heidi Fleiss or the politicians that use Heidi Fleiss for private sex with women that they probably wouldn't regularly socially have sex with because she's too big of a bimbo. You can't get elected president or mayor if you have this bimbo that you're fucking for a wife that you pay money to Heidi Fleiss for. See what I'm saying? So when you don't get any viable solutions or intelligence or understanding of the Machiavellian type perspective of what Dr. McGraw and this lady and these two gentlemen in their military hats are talking about. Okay. They want to feel important. We got to keep you safe from people like Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, we'll forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Get your virtual presence to the fuck out of my house. Stop asking me for money to live here. Get the Corps of Engineers and build me an Adobe house to last. And then I'll have a garden and stuff. And then I don't have to worry. They sit there, Dr. Phil sits there and looks at the crowd and goes, how many of you people put hands into dead animals and stuff like that? How many neurobiologists are there in the crowd? Okay. How many Dr. Radkowski-Wolowitzes and Farrah Fowler Coopers are in the crowd? Oh, they're all at work cutting up dead animals. Okay? Coming up with ways to give you Rinvoq, Descovy, Rexulti, things to help take out of bottle to help your brain activity survive the excessive compulsive incarceration and indoctrination of institutionalization. Okay? Now, Machiavelli, when he writes a book, it's not doctored or manipulated by sociopaths like Constantine, who's a narcissist, and King James, who's a narcissist, who have, they're divinely, like old Martin Luther said, they're given divine, they're divinely, put in this place, like Calvin, they're divinely put in this place to be superior and godly compared to everybody else. And that's not the case. Okay. It's not divinely, it's a choice to accept divinity over the finite delusions of the reality of your brain. Okay. Do you accept infinite essence of life and an eternal life through holy covenants of faithful love? Okay, to sustain us from people being narcissists that trap the glory of the soul inside the brain and then sit there and study the brain and put their hands in dead animals every day, all day, because it's an excessive, compulsive environment that's manipulating and competing to maintain these positions, these status quos, these manipulations and stuff. And so, Dr. Phil McGraw is not a well person. He's not mentally and emotionally stable. Okay, he needs people to be engaged in dysfunctional, manipulative philanthropy to draw attention to himself and make people give him lots of money for his books and his perceptions to maintain this type of environment and the status quo. Like I told you guys before, institutionalization is a new form of human relativity. For the most part, we used to just teach our kids to, like Suzuki may talked about authority. That's a coral snake. That's a king snake. That spider can kill you. That spider can make you sick. That one's okay. That one kills the bad spiders, the long legs, but watch out, the long legs around babies can be dangerous because the skin's so tender and stuff. So there's lots of things that you just learn through trial and error because life is eternal and grace is infinite. Okay. And so you pass it on. And what's proper authority, okay, helps people maintain a loving environment, a knowledgeable environment, a humble, because it takes, it's an eternal process. So it takes humility to gain wisdom, because you don't always know that the rattlesnake can kill you with the venom. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Booger. Okay. So Bob Cummings gets it. But so that's how they named the booger. There's a guy who had a friend named Gurr, and he Booger. It was stupid. We were just being dumb. But it was very dumb. Yeah, really bad dad joke. We weren't dads yet. But we were just being stupid. We were good at that. But you guys, you're not being stupid. You're being insidious and pathetic, And the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, you look at it, it's sad. You see this whole movie, he's a cute kid. And you could tell there was a lot of love there. And that's what the family's trying to say, that just basically when he went to school, it was about 7 and stuff, something inside him snapped. Okay. And he had to compete, and he didn't know how to compete, and you have to fit in, and everybody compares you and makes fun of you if you have social awkwardness, or if you have this, or you're not as, you're cute, but you're weird, and things like that. And so that's what happens, and then the kids snap. Because they have to find and then you can't compete. This one's smarter than you. This one plays chess better than you. This one plays basketball better than you. You go and you naturally, like John Nash said, we're all attracted to the hot blondes, Everybody wants to have sex with Marilyn Monroe, just about. Like me and Eddie Chavez joked with Natalie about it. It's like, what's it? Because she was so attractive. It's like, well, 85% of the young men want to get you alone in the janitor's closet and do things that they want to tell everybody about the next day. And whoa, it was so great. And then she goes, what about the other 15? They're homosexual and either want to look like you or be you. And Eddie Chavez is laughing, going, "Yeah, Natalie, take it easy. Calm down. You don't have to go get aggressive and stuff. Just weed through the crap and see who's the real deal and who's going to treat you nice, and and we'll get to know you, and not try to get you alone in the daughter's closet and then tell everybody about it and talk shit about you and make you feel like shit because they betrayed you and." Wanted to feel, I hit that. You know how guys can be. They can be such idiots when they think with their dick, right? And if they have enough money, they can get any pussy they want. It makes them feel powerful. Okay? When you can manipulate a woman who wouldn't regularly have sex with you, okay, because you have a social position or money. And she goes, well, but you're a creep. You got an ego problem. Your dick is God's gift to women. You couldn't stay faithful if you tried stuff. So there's a lot of what makes people feel powerful or influential. Okay, so a lot of people, it's not making love and wanting to have children and sustain a faithful relationship. It's about how they manipulated you. They get off like a prostitute could have sex with you and think, well, she loves me. She enjoys the sex. No, she enjoys getting $10,000 because the other women can't get $10,000 from someone like you who kills people with drugs to fuck her. So she feels more powerful than the man that can kill people with drugs because he gives me $10,000 to fuck him. It turns her on. They're broken. Okay, they have bad brain activity. And we don't need to torture animals and cut their brains open and say what's wrong with them. We just need to forgive that and trespass, love one another, faithful. We don't have to watch Dr. Phil talk with these people that have bad brain activity and need psychopaths that killing people over competition to feel important or special. That's just sick, right? Okay. So there goes your dark triad right there. Okay. It's the Holy Trinity. Life is eternal, grace is infinite. There's Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So free the soul from your mind, and we won't have to listen to and look at your expressions talking about this psychotic behavior over philanthropy and competition ever again. You're welcome. Okay. I tell you, I'm a really intelligent person. Okay.